We also have, we could even tell CSI to have somebody prior to this pull or have somebody pull. Well, no, that was Lon. It was Thomas. It was Thomas O'Hare that we're thinking he might have been brought here in his own SUV.
Yeah. You believe that you found those tracks as well? Yeah, you've got it all tied up. You're just missing a couple of different things. First off, you most of your evidence is pretty circumstantial against old Crazy Eyes. And second, you haven't found out who the third person is. And third, you haven't gotten any kind of confessions or enough evidence to just slap them in the cell.
Yeah, right. And we don't have a murder weapon, and we've got plenty of motive.
You kind of do have the murder weapon. There's a lot of very clean jars that used to contain honey that look like they've been smashed apart and stuff. Like somebody, after carefully cleaning them, went smashy, smashy, smashy.
We've got a statement about property belongs to her family or whatever. I think we can bring her in. And
yeah, she could just claim, because the cabin looks abandoned, she could just claim that, strangers rolled up, because, it's really, there's no fence, no gates, no nothing.
All right.
I'm going to said she was just here buying a shitload of honey.
Well, yeah, that definitely ties her to it. You just need one more person and more evidence, because unfortunately buying honey is not a crime, and nobody actually saw her force feed Fat Boy.
I'm not saying that the case is closed. I'm saying we could bring her in and interrogate her.
Now, I'm going to just throw some things out there real fast, Logan, because I could just basing it off your photos. I'm talking about exterior of the building. Looks like there's some kind of bench there. They can dust for some fingerprints.
That's what I was going to say with the excellent forensics that Glenn had. Somebody who knew what cops would look for has gone through and methodically destroyed all the different fingerprints they could. And it looks like there's a couple empty bottles that used to contain bleach, like the big bottles and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it also in the fire is a bunch of melted plastic that looks like the stuff your gloves are made out of. So
I guess, sorry, go ahead.
Legal knowledge went through.
Right. I'm guessing that's not Lon, and I'm guessing that's not Becca. That's probably our third person who knows all the forensic shit.
No, but here's the thing is Lon was here, and I understand somebody with forensic skill came through and cleaned this. I get that. And I know there's a third person. I get it. But I still want to pin Lon here a little bit harder. He was not a forensics guy. He was a jeweler.
Right.
He could have made a mistake. And I'm picturing him because he was disgusted as what went on, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I said, he might have left a fingerprint on the bench. Think of the unusual places, because there's like docks down there and debris. So if he was walking, trying to get fresh air, is there a post or something that you would lean on, a railing you might grab just to get away?
Forensics will crawl all over this place, and they will do their best.
That's and I made my forensics at half, so I didn't find anything.
Wait, we've got something.
Just a thought. Are any of us three divorced?
I love it.
Awesome. I'd give him
That'd be so awesome. And we have no idea we did it.
That would have been a better ending to this.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we in the
CSI? It's my name in any of the records.
Awkward.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up on that.
No, none of you guys has ever been married before.
Oh.
It's great though. It's such a
that
is such a perfect twist. You gotta break one of those television cases and make that the thing.
I mean, somebody knows what they're doing with this.
Right.
Any cops, clients of?
Who's this woman who keeps asking us about the case?
What?
Is that the lieutenant? What? Who is this woman who keeps asking us about the case? The woman who's supervising us.
Tony?
Tony Dance. Her boss.
Some
Yeah.
strange woman. You don't know who she is, honestly. She just comes up and orders you around, and you guys are like, "Yes, ma'am." And
Okay, that's Tony Dance. Okay. I don't remember hearing her introduce herself or anything, so I wasn't sure.
I'm just making an assumption.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah.
Name.
That's Tony Dance. Okay.
Well, she hasn't introduced herself. Apparently, she just assumes you know who she is.
Yeah, probably.
It would be fun for you guys to walk up and go, "Who are you?" And she'd be like, "What?"
No, I think probably Hey Tony and see if she looks up would probably be the way to go. All right. So this place has been scrubbed clean. Somebody knows their forensics.
Yeah, somebody knows like hands-on forensic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe we should look at the CSI department.
Dun, dun. I'm pretty sure it's not the people that you've assigned to the case. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, because they would have been like, we don't know where that honey's from, or destroyed it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be fun too if the person who murdered is in your CSI group.
You should write a mission like that sometime, Rock.
Yeah, I sure should.
Is anybody damaged?
I've written stuff like that before.
Actually, you're pretty sure that Rock is very, very damaged.
Oh yes, terribly damaged.
I'm gonna toss the "I can take it, coach" card.
Uh-uh.
No, not that kind of damage.
No.
The kind of damage that you can only see by talking to him.
Okay.
Cool. So, yeah, you guys have found another piece of the puzzle. Unfortunately, you feel that you've still got several pieces to go.
We need to figure out who the third person is.
Oh, yeah, that would help.
Why don't we ask the beekeeper if there's anybody else that has many large purchases besides Sarah Summers and her new boyfriend, Lon?
Oh, does this place have any neighbors?
No, it's really quiet. You could scream your head off here. Nobody would be the wiser.
Okay, that figures.
Yeah. In fact, you may want to keep a note of that because if you ever need to torture somebody in the future, you know, when you're not on this mission, this would be a great place to bring them.
Hey, wait a minute. Milk. You said was the milk? Are there's milk bottles, like glass milk bottles, or is it?
It looks like the normal shit you could buy at any jewel or whatever. Okay. Although they've melted those. You find like part of a label and you're like, oh my God.
Okay.
The same people made that horrible yogurt. No.
So this cabin's right on the lake, I take it?
Easy access to the water. You just have to. Oh, look, there's even a little trail. You can tell somebody might have pushed some boats down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Super easy. Yeah. In fact, if you ever want to do this to somebody in the future, this is the place.
Logan, after this, can you email me the address?
It'd probably be better if I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Wink, wink. All right.
Dun, dun. Whoever's got the cricket, please kill it.
That's me. I can't kill it.
You can kill it.
Nope. Need ventilation in this room.
I was
you don't want me to stew.
Release the snake into it.
Okay.
That sounds like about where we are anyway. So it's
I got a tarantula right behind me. I can feed it.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Ralph just put a bunch of tarantulas in the grass, and it'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, just wax me tarantulas. I'll set them. I'll send them on.
All right. So
it's even dark. What the hell? Anyway.
You got to do that one of these days, Ralph, is hold up one of the tarantulas on your hand and have it go, and everybody go,
wait until my Goliath is full grown. He'll be the size of a dinner plate.
Christ.
We could have someone go through the files and look for CSI or forensic people that were clients, or Involving cases with Thomas.
Because you guys will waste hours if I don't say it, I'll just say, whoever the third person is, you've probably already met them. It's not new people you have to go looking for. It's not the CSI team.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, though.
It makes total sense. You just got to know more.
Okay.
All right. So what kind of job did Becca Hornet have before she was a paralegal for this guy 2 years ago?
Would you like to go back to the station after CSI arrives? Okay, we're here. Fuck off.
Hey, call us when you figure out what those flies are.
Those are corpse flies, says one of them.
Oh.
You didn't call him.
What do they do?
Oh, he picks out his phone. He goes, "What's your number?"
7.
7.
All right.
Is there anything special about corpse flies?
Yeah. They're only found around corpses. So there was a dead person in here at one point.
Right. That's probably the maggots in the stomach.
All right. And don't know how easy this is because I'm not a very good detective. I tell everybody around me, all the CSI people.
They look at each other and nod. Yeah, we're familiar with your work.
And since we've got those other tracks here, can we try to figure out? Can you guys run like one of them reports to find out what kind of vehicle Becca drives and see if there's any kind of possible correlated tire tracks here of hers?
Who's Becca?
Isn't that the paralegal?
The team looks at each other. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sure. Find out what kind of vehicle she drives. We'll see if we can match it because we can't tell you what kind of vehicle it is. We can tell you what kind of tire it is.
Right.
Different tires.
Matches.
The same time, put on many different kinds of cars.
Get all the tracks. We'll get the information, see if it matches.
A lot of these tracks are pretty fucked up and all that. So we'll see what we can do.
I believe in you.
And that's when they fumble. It just shows them like wiping out all the tracks and shit. Yeah, nice and clean. Now we like
baseball bats and playing some wiffle ball out here.
So you guys are going to go back to the station. Chain of custody is good.
Yep.
And what was it you wanted to do at the station again?
I wanted to look up Becca's career history.
Right. Give me a research roll. Lower is better.
Just basic.
Just basic? Your just basic answer is actually, and also looking at a resume, which nobody's really checked out closely. She worked for a different lawyer before this lawyer. That lawyer was a criminal lawyer.
Oh, Glenn got a quarter.
At a quarter. Right. She was not actually born Becca Horner. She was born Rebecca Johnson. Horner was her mother's maiden name. She changed it a few years ago. Despite a string of DWIs and a history of alcohol abuse, her father, Mr. O'Hare, no first name, the Mr. O'Hare who died made sure that Mr. Johnson, who was her father, got custody of Becca's younger sister. Becca's kid sister was fatally injured in a boating accident. Her father blew twice the legal limit on the breathalyzer. Becca, at this time when all this happened, was studying abroad. The custody battle, the boating accident, and all that. Her sister suffered for 12 days in extreme pain before succumbing to her injuries.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Russ, get a refill.
Okay, let's call her and ask her to come in for some questions.
Can you put the card back up? Can you put the card table back up, please, Logan?
On it. But remember, before calling her, what is the important part?
Yep.
Check your ammo. What you do is also
make sure that gun works. It's not one of those little bang flag guns. I'm totally doing that in the adventure sometime.
And just for kicks, why don't you just send somebody in blue to go pick her up?
Yeah, that's easy enough.
We gotta run.
We gotta get a confession or something out of her. because this is not enough evidence. That fits the MO of what's been going on, but we haven't pinned her to any place at all.
Yeah, well,
we need her presence on the scene. We need opportunity.
That's why we punch in her name and call up her driver's license and see what vehicles are registered under her.
Yep. Match the tracks. Let's do that first before we call her in.
No problem. CSI attempts to get any wheel tracks out there.
I believe in them.
Yes. Logan Girl's good for once.
Weird. Excellent. No problem. Unfortunately, you found the victim's wheel tracks, and you found Lon's wheel tracks.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. So she drove up there in somebody else's car if she was up there at all. Which she probably was because she scrubbed the scene.
Dun dun.
How about footprints?
No.
Footprints, anything like that? No? Okay.
I'm not great for that.
How do we put her at the scene?
Honey.
Yeah, honey. I know that's the honey purchase, but she didn't make the honey purchase. The hippie girl did.
We didn't inquire about her.
You want to drive back up there and ask?
I just pick up the phone.
Okay.
Are you going to dial BEEKEEPER?
Because we don't have a phone number yet. We didn't get any of that shit.
A little roadside shack. It was just got hives.
They said it's right over there. Is there an address to that location?
Which the torture shack? Or
No, the beekeeper. Because there's
the apiary do they have a website?
No, they're not that high tech. They're pretty much just a little roadside thing. You can send out a uniform or whatever.
Yeah, if it was 2019, they'd have a fucking website, but it's 2000.
Or you wanted to send them with anything, or just go out and go?
A photograph? Can we get some photographs?
Yeah, he goes out there and photographs. She recognizes Lon, the dead guy. She recognizes Sarah, Crazy Eyes. Doesn't recognize the Becca.
Right.
Sarah, Crazy Eyes.
We could question the wife about the hire
too. But,
Well, plus
because it's obvious he didn't know. He didn't recognize her.
No, she was abroad. She was like overseas studying, probably in Europe.
Right. So she insinuated herself into the situation with motive in mind. So where did she find this? Where did he find this paralegal? How did she get in there?
No idea.
Yeah. I'm just bouncing stuff.
Just appeared under a rock and went, "Ha ha! I work
for you now. I'm a magic leprechaun." She dressed up in green. Then
Ralph is not that versed in it, and this seems like a ding dong, anyways.
I haven't said Smurf once this episode, so Smurf. Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you guys figure this part out. So she traveled abroad. I get it. We need to put together some way for her to have maybe either visited the Margot's office or Margot's something or another to put that whole tie-in. Is she trying to frame Margot?
Well, given the murder method,
if we're trying to pin her, we have to put her in conjunction, in touching something related to the Persian.
I don't know. That might just be a coincidence because the Persian thing just kind of happens to mirror what happened to her kid sister.
Yeah, so you always Google up what happens to your dead relative. Death by slow boat.
If it was 2019, you would.
Yeah.
Did we check her and I don't know, Logan, you'll know this one. I'd be interested in knowing to learn. Can we, as officers, look into her travels, her passport stamps? Was she located anywhere in Persia or that area to try to figure?
She was in Europe. She was probably in something fashionable like France or Italy or something.
Gotcha.
Wasn't at the chalet, yeah.
Shit, let's get a warrant for her home.
Yeah, we're not going to turn up anything given how she's blown this. I mean, she
might get lucky.
Well, do we think she's our murderer? I mean, do we think she's the person who knocked him out? Because we were talking about he had to know the person.
All right, so let me just throw this out there. Ooh, maybe. I know she's good and she's covered a lot of stuff, but do we have to try to maybe trace any kind of personal effects of hers at his house? Why would she be in there? And we're jumping to the conclusion that this happened at night.
Right.
But,
Rarely happen at night.
You know, should we check for like hair fibers on the pillow? I mean, did these two have something going on?
It's possible.
See, as I said, you have uncovered everything possible at the house. CSU has been around the house. If there had been any stuff of hers there, but you know, she could have had reason to be there as well. She was a paralegal.
Can we guess her approximate height? Would the Rock be approximately the same height? They're both females.
I know the Rock looks like a normal male to you.
Can we try to ask the CSI guys? Can they match up the height of Becca, like on a stair, to Thomas's below?
You want to reconstruct?
Yeah,
we have to reconstruct the crime scene.
It shows a pile of fucking unconscious CSI people in that one.
No, we need to do this because we're method actors and we need to know what our motivation is. It's critical to the case.
Yeah, according to CSI, they say, it would put her at approximately the right. That it'd be approximately the right height.
Okay, and how about the right amount of strength, give or take? Young, healthy girl, whack him in the head.
Young, healthy girl could clock some older dude with a whippet club. Sure. But you know, it's. I mean, anybody can do it.
Okay.
And we think she was coming down the stairs when she did it, or what were the positions? If he was coming up the stairs or coming down the stairs, where would she
be?
They've
been coming down the stairs and him going up the stairs, according to what you guys had discovered with the blood and all that.
Yeah.
So
if he wasn't,
it's like, oh, look, my paralegal coming down the stairs.
Boom. Yeah.
Okay,
right,
here's something stupid that she might not have done. Let's just say there might have been something extracurricular going on between the employee and the boss there.
Mm-hmm.
And she might have been doing that to lure him, you know, just seducing him for the trap. Mm-hmm. Can we check his credit card records, Thomas's credit card records, for any other dinners, nights out on the town?
That's a great idea, but he apparently had nothing going on with her.
Okay.
The only people that he took out to wine and dine were clients.
That doesn't fit all the obvious attempts to make good with his wife either. So
right.
Then what about her? And I heard it, and I was going to the washroom at the time. Her parents. Could one of her parents be involved with her in this? Because there's a divorce. No.
Her father drank himself to death, and her mother went to Africa to pray for the rains.
Okay.
My brain was not working when you gave the story. So if you could give relevant highlights slowly again.
About Becca Johnson?
About Becca Johnson and the custody battle. My brain was just not working.
There you go. How about this way?
Okay.
Ta-da.
So let's look up Rebecca Johnson.
Yeah, this is your information from looking it up, Rebecca Johnson. This is all the pertinent information that you need.
Okay, cool.
Homer.
With your mother's maiden names, change a few string of
Now,
DWIs and a history of alcohol abuse. Mr. O'Hare made sure Mr. Johnson. Whose string of DWIs? Is that Rebecca?
No, that's her drunken father who drank himself to death later.
Okay, right. It's just a very long prepositional phrase. Got it.
Yes. By the way, now I can say you have all the pieces you need. Now you are at last to the truly tricky part.
Mm-hmm.
Get the confession. Good fucking luck. Because you guys can tell. Everybody give me an evidence analysis roll.
I fumbled.
Rock, you believe that just going and killing her may be the only way out. According to Glenn, though, who is actually a PI, he's like, we need phone books. No.
We need a bag full of doorknobs, damn it.
That's right.
That's about right with the time period.
Yeah, everybody bring their own bag of doorknobs. Now, according to Glenn, anybody that's cold enough to go to work for somebody for 2 years, knowing that guy basically helped her drunken father to murder her beloved kid sister, work for him for 2 years, and then do this whole scaphism thing, she is not going to fucking crack under normal interrogation methods of saying, we know you did it, admit it, and then we put you in jail. Not a fucking chance. This bitch is cold as ice. So, yeah, you're going to have to come up with something fucking clever to get the truth out of her.
What I want to do,
obviously,
bring her in.
Right. Well, as soon as you say the word, after the planning time, both of whoever you want in can be in either different or same or whatever.
This was just me discussing it with them.
Yeah, bring her in. I'm wondering if the weak link might be Sarah. If we can get Sarah to implicate her, and then get enough information to get her to confess.
Yeah, we haven't even gone to her yet. That'd be a good idea. To say if we interrogate Rebecca, I would say, do you know how your boss died? Tell me about your kid's sister.
Quick side note, Glenn, from your critical evidence analysis role, you're thinking that standard questions posed to Crazy Eyes probably won't work, because then she would go down for torturing somebody for 12 days before killing him, because if she was out buying the honey with Lon, the dead guy, that means that she was out in the cabin in the woods and force feeding somebody honey for 12 fucking days. So you're thinking that, I'm just saying, hey, if you flip on this other leg, no, that's not going to fucking fly. You have to up your game.
Yeah.
Thinking.
The plea bargain isn't going to help.
Yeah. You don't think the DA would fucking allow a plea bargain to let the planner go, and or to let the
accomplice, the torturer, go to get the planner? Yeah. That's not going to happen. All right. Does anybody have martial arts? Because I have a fancy footwork card that I'm looking to get rid of.
Are you expecting a lot of combat's a better way to ask?
No, pretty much not.
Hey, Logan. I like to talk to the CSI guys who worked on all the files, and I'm wondering if they can dig up photographs of Rebecca Johnson's sister's case, like the death scene photos.
Ooh. That might be. I think that was in a whole different jurisdiction. They'll see if they can. Yeah, they can get that.
That should jog some emotions, maybe.
Maybe. It might just make her more angry, bitter, and withdrawn. But, yeah.
I know. I'll dress up as a Smurf, and we'll reenact the crime scene in front of her with me as a Smurf as her sister. And that'll make her cry.
I need this one to be above board.
Okay, I did one role-playing thing for the fifth session. There we go. My insanity's out of the way.
You got to put in more Smurf-tastic stuff, especially if you're to do it to your boss. Like, how you doing? Smurf-tastic. What?
That'd be great. Yeah, okay.
That's how you do the Andy.
I'm sure it's not a problem. Can I also get a hold of Thomas O'Hara's death photos? There.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Just putting together a little folder.
Yeah, I like that.
No, you like fucking phone books and bags of doorknobs, you sadistic bastard.
I like that too.
He's really wanting to do a 1920s case now. Tell us.
I know if we want this case to stick, then we need to do this.
I would like to look up also, or have CSI people do it. Now that we have Becca's real name, can we look up any mental health records? Was she getting any kind of help that she needed after this?
You can do that, says one of the CSI guys. Stop talking. You've already got your SAG card, you bastard. And they drag him off.
I couldn't hear all that with that tirade. Was that
yes or no? We could do that, or yes or no? Because I think Kip was going to stop that.
The guy was saying, stop talking. You already got your SAG card. And then they drag him away. Right. The remaining guy, who's the Phil, who gets to do the talking, he goes, you can do that. That's on your computer, he says.
I get my 2 fingers and I go.
Oh, Lordy, no. He watches.
Okay, we look it up on the computer.
I asked the CSI guy, what's my password?
He goes, not that key. Oh, God, not
Like, I made my computer use roll, so one of us is going to be able to do it.
Oh, yeah. They were just wanting to see if he could do it. You can. See, you made it.
Oh, there we go. There you made it roll.
All right. You're part of the team, Phil. All right.
Hey, he looks at the camera, goes, recurring roll.
Dum dum. Every time they do a dum dum, that's somebody getting their SAG card. Little known truth about CSI. It's like an angel getting his wings.
There you go. Although if it was Film Actors Guild instead of Screen Actors Guild, it'd be better.
Hey, friendly fire off. That's not real helpful. Unless we want to blow up the room.
For that, you want the Blues Brothers card.
Yep. I do have a supporter hinder NPC. Just calling it out there.
That's a good card.
So as soon as an NPC rolls something you don't like, play this card to force him to reroll. So we can maybe make her blow a roll.
Were there any medical records on her, mental health, after the sister tragic incident?
Oh, give me a research roll. You've gotten your computer to work. Now you can do the research.
Maybe. Let me see here. I might have.
Under L.
Yep. Nope. I was playing a card first here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
No, apparently she is full of mental health and goodness. She has never been to a shrink. She just sat around, and when you see, Ralph, when you get a hatred, you have to press it down all the way down and compress it into a bitter little ball of resentment that will one day explode into murder.
And that's how baby cysts are made.
That's classic psychopath. They don't go to shrinks. They know how to deal with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be a psychopath.
Or they just don't have the chemistry to have any empathy for other humans.
Exactly. There's classic sociopath, too, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well done, us. I'm giving them a card for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's your card. Yes, and you know that most of the PCs are at least sociopaths. Ta-da!
Now, I'm going to bring out the big guns here. Let's try to find the mother.
The one who went to Africa?
Oh, that's right. She went to Africa. Never mind.
The rain's coming.
She got.
I'll be right back, guys.
Is it raining in Africa? That's a good point. Maybe she lied about where she was going.
All right. I thought maybe we could use the mother to try to drag it out of her.
She's blessing the rains down in Africa. She apparently needed to take some time to do the things.
We never had.
photos of the crime scene yet been released to the public?
Oh God, no. Some reporters basically nobody was Johnny on the spot that day, and so they just have pictures of him in the newspaper, like still alive and shit.
Okay.
So I don't think any of us have said how he was killed to her. So maybe that's something we could try to pull out of her.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it could have leaked, though. I mean, scaphism is cops gossip like fucking schoolgirls.
Yeah. Did you hear about that case with the scaphism?
Yeah. Well, they call it the boats, but yeah. So, and plus she's a paralegal. Hence, it's pretty likely she may have heard of it from somebody, because that among cops especially, that's pretty interesting.
All right, here we go. Just real fast, I can probably type this in. Did Lon have any kind of criminal record?
No, he was a good boy.
All right. Why would he be pressured into doing this just because he lost a divorce and lost money?
He lost his life. He lost everything.
Plus,
everybody now knows that he liked to beat his wife. This definitely hurt his fucking business, especially since he was trying to get his child photography business off the ground.
Yeah.
And sociopath, really good at getting people to do what they want.
So how could we place her with him? And I know we still haven't pushed Crazy Eyes yet.
I got another God's Despise You. The second one that's came. Bye-bye, Hinder NPC.
It all works out.
Yes, it does.
Gods really hate fucking Russ today.
Yeah, they don't hate me. What can you do?
What?
Sometimes you're.
Yeah.
All right, so what really clever thing are we going to do to make her confess? I know you're working a case here. I like where you're going.
Well, we still gotta grab Crazy Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As soon as you give the word, Crazy Eyes will get picked up, and Becca will get picked up, and you can decide how you want to do stuff and all that, because they can pick up both of them at the same time. They've got plenty of uniforms.
Right. And is this one of those scenario guys where we want to have them see each other passing in the halls as they each get brought in separately?
Yep.
Okay, we'll interrogate Sarah, and then we'll go to Becca and tell her that Sarah rolled over on her.
Yeah, exactly. You can lie to people in interrogation. That's just what I was getting ready to bring up.
I have a feeling, and we have to plan this. We have to draw her out emotionally, because she's going to just lawyer up. She's going to sit there and not say a fucking word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
we got a dead sister.
Sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, this is the last tricky bit.
This is very tricky.
Well,
yeah.
She knows her rights.
Super delicate. Yeah. She worked as a criminal. What's it called for 3 years? So yeah.
You guys have victory cards? Do we want to do a lock it in, or should I just toss it?
Oh.
Don't toss a lock it in, just in case we get a victory later if we don't have one already.
All right, I've got 2 rerolls and an assist 10%. Somebody want to throw some garbage out?
I got nothing.
God hates him.
God hates me.
Glenn, you got extra cards.
See, Logan, I shouldn't play your game. See, that's what God's telling me. You're the devil.
Outdoors person.
Excellent.
Get a permanent 10% to Arctic survival.
Do you have any garbage to throw out or no?
Eh,
Because I've got instant hero I want to play, but I got to throw out something first.
player's choice. Pretty good cards.
All right, I guess I can throw out a reroll.
Ooh.
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 I don't know. Reroll might be better.
Instant hero.
You got
Another instant hero? Oh, the gods love
Yeah,
it.
my 4th one on this one.
Wow.
God damn. Good thing I've been fishing out all those bad cards for you, huh?
33 overflow. I was hoping to make 50 this season, but I don't think I'm going to make it.
Wow.
I'm not sure how many more times you're playing this
One.
season. Difficult.
I better call in sick and bribe people not to play.
Yeah, I can't stop you from offering the other players money to fucking fuck off. Ralph gave me $100 in PayPal. I ain't playing tomorrow, so he is.
I want to go to the bathroom before we start the next scene.
No problem.
Sounds like a good idea. Everybody take a brief break and see if you can figure out the cool strategy.
Just so you know, I'm not always just chaotic and bing-bongy. Usually I dig real hard into the investigation. I play hardcore. But with this character, when he gets put into other people's bodies, like try to play through him being a little bit like that personality. Like he brings some of it on. You know what I mean?
I get that.
I don't want to just think like, oh God, it's this guy again. Next time you have to play with me. Right, Rock?
Huh?
So we're coming through this pretty good. I feel like we got some good leaps.
Are you talking about how this particular game allows us to explore unknown facets of our personality?
Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps known and suppressed, but yes.
Yeah, I like to have fun doing outrageous shit.
So are you from Chicagoland? You said you lived on the south side.
I live on the south side. Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
Are you still in that area?
No, I moved to Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
So where'd you live?
I grew up in Schaumburg.
Oh yeah, okay.
I moved out to Montana, so.
Oh, cool. And that's where you are now. That's why your internet's okay.
No, we've been having some issues. It's our rainy season here, which is good because it prevents the forest fires. But just because of that, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Usually it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I moved to Wisconsin a couple of years ago. Wife got a job at the university here, and so she's teaching, and I take care of the house and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got a pretty good life actually. I drive down to Scott's every other week. We play together. It's one way I stay in touch with Illinois.
Oh, so you're actually there, huh, Scott?
Yeah, I'm out west of Joliet.
Nice.
That way, if he goes to prison, his family doesn't have as far to go.
And we won't get any more specific about our locations.
I don't recommend it. Due to the magic of editing, we're now back with no time having passed for the viewers.
Okay.
So,
Huzzah.
let's hear the cool fucking plan.
My plan. Bring them both in at the same time. Make sure that Becca sees Sarah going into interrogation. Go and grill Sarah. Tell her that Lon said many interesting things before he died. And try to get as much information out of her as we can. And then, so we're done with her, we go to Rebecca, and we'll try to get information out of her, telling her that Sarah told us whatever the fuck we want.
That'll still cause her to clam up, though. She'll just lawyer up.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. We cannot arrest her. We have to bring her down for questioning. As soon as we arrest her, that's instant phone call, lawyer, bye.
So what we can do, though, is, bring Sarah in first. Just hear me out. This could even just be within a couple hours of each other. Bring Sarah in first, grill her. She might crack first or give us the confession. But we have to pin her with, we've got witnesses' statements, with her new boyfriend, with Lon, buying the honey, her parents' house. We can give her, do the whole photo drop in front of her, try to get her to crack.
Right.
At least confess to that side. Go ahead, Logan.
Assume that they won't crack, because Glenn's sure that they won't crack.
Right.
Through as I said, the head-on interrogation methods. what I said earlier. It's through the head-on interrogation, normal interrogation, which Glenn has just proposed. It won't work, is what he's convinced of with his earlier fucking crit.
Yeah, the crazy idea I had, which is not a very good idea, is to get the you can't handle the truth confession. Basically start demeaning her and saying that she couldn't possibly have planned this, and see if we can get her to fucking say, "Oh, you sons of bitches."
What if
That's another head-on confession there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just putting my stupid idea out there because stupid ideas sometimes lead to good ideas.
Crafting an elaborate web of lies here. It's not exactly a head-on. Did you do it?
It's pretty much you did it.
Yeah, that's getting her to cop to it, like to snap.
We know you're
not going to snap.
Yeah, I'm telling you that based on your earlier crit, you're thinking that the shit that you've just said will result in both of them climbing up, and as Swade keeps pointing out, probably lawyering right the fuck up.
I got a really funny look from someone walking outside, by the way, because my window's open.
Oh man, I remember. It may have been with Ralph. I'm not sure, or no. I think it was pre-Ralph. I was talking to somebody in the grocery store, and the guy's like, "I'm out of grenades." I was like, "I got a whole crate. You want some?" We're talking about stuff in the game.
Yeah.
And the guy was like looking at a can of beans, and he just kind of froze. And I noticed, but my buddy, his back was to him, and he goes, "I can't figure out how to get the guy to crack." I was like, "You should take his daughter. He'd give it up for that." The guy dropped the beans.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I'm just glad I wasn't saying really loudly, "She hasn't had SEER training, right? We could waterboard this shit out of her."
Yeah, waterboarding. I don't know. It's
she hasn't had SEER training.
Nasty.
Yeah.
All right, I've got something, and I'm just throwing this out there. So,
okay.
I know Glenn got his crit. What if we do this? What if we drag them in here? We do an incompetent interrogation, so they think they've got it easy, and put them together and see what they talk about.
How do we do surveillance?
That's easy. They got the big one-way glass things. Everybody knows they're one-way glass, but
I didn't think they're not going to be stupid enough to do that in an interrogation room.
We don't know how smart is Sarah.
Maybe.
Well, based on what you've seen, at least one of them is really smart.
Yeah,
right. Because
putting them together after a time, that's different. Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Although the incompetent interrogation, I mean, that's the norm.
Well, you guys are free to go. You can leave town now. Bye.
Logan, is there here we go with Logan dice rolls. Is there a psychologist that we could speak with in the department here?
There's a psychologist right there. Where cured me of my Smurfism.
No, somebody with a license.
Okay.
The police psychologist? Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to talk to him because you are sounding rather crazy.
No, or what about the actual? I know where to do the interrogations, but is there somebody we could refer to or talk to, like a head interrogator? Or I want to try to figure out what kind of responses we might trigger out of her by showing her like the photos of her sister.
Well, the best interrogator, according to staff you talk to, would be Cho. He's got that way about him and stuff. And so, he's known for being a really, really amazingly good interrogator, apparently when he's in his right body or whatever. But
all right, so we'll leave it in Cho then.
Yeah. I've got moderately good, but not professional intimidation and interrogation skills.
But you want
that's
a
not going to
psychologist?
help because if something comes down to a roll, that'll help. But we got to come up with the idea.
So you want to ask a psychologist what dropping all these pictures in front of which one will give?
Never get a fucking roll on it.
Correct.
In front of which one?
Oh, no. Like if we dropped in front of Rebecca, like the photos of like her dead sister.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then the similarities of this other guy.
Mhm.
What kind of response could we, if she is hard, cold, and ice, could that possibly break her?
Break? No, it may make her happy.
Trigger. Okay.
Yeah, no, it should make her happy inside. You should give her a warm glow.
Can we get her warm glow to be so bright? She's like, yes, I'm glad he's finally dead.
We're working on the ego. Yeah.
We want to stroke the ego.
With if according to a psychologist, if she's a sociopath, no, because she knows she did it.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
Extremely
she already
manipulative.
knows. She's already expended her shot.
It's like whatever you do for a living, she spent that time studying manipulation.
He says, I think if you really want to break her, you should offer her a fudge sickle. I need a fudge sickle. He wanted a fudge sickle. He was so close.
Let me just throw this out there. Hang on 1 second.
What do you do to a sociopath?
Who are we talking to?
The psychologist on staff at the police station. He wants a fudge sickle.
Can I roll psychology?
No, just tell me what you think, buddy.
Yeah. We're not going to get this with a roll. That's not Logan's style.
Can we drag this out by another day, guys? Not to be funny, but now that we know Rebecca, we know what vehicle she drives, can we check, I'm sure she's not using her credit cards, but can we check maybe gas stations remote in that area, see if there's any security footage of her out there?
Good idea.
No problem. Yeah, you guys do some of that work.
Or send some blue coats out there, blue coats. Back in the Civil War.
Checking it out, the only thing you can find is there's one gas station that had like a old jalopy at it that had somebody who looked a bit like her, but that person was wearing big glasses, big hat, pretty much a cheap disguise type thing. And they paid with cash, refilled their car, and drove off. It was some old jalopy and stuff.
Did she have an enormous sombrero on?
Yes. No. It's one of the big floppy hats that women sometimes wear when they're wanting to either be in a French fashion review or completely disguise who they are from prying cameras.
Right. Yeah. No, she's too smart.
And she was also smart enough not to even go in, because if you pay at the till, there's definitely a camera. She instead called the guy out, gave him money, and she's like doing the keep it gesture, and he's like, "Ooh, thank you," wandered off.
Let's start with some basics. What do we think would make her talk about this?
There you go. Pride's not going to do it. What other emotion can you get?
Fear.
Do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing them out, Logan. You don't have to join in. What would make her just talk about it?
Well, all right, you said ego, but I don't know where you're going with that. We're talking about like pride or revenge, and she's,
Yeah, I was going for you couldn't possibly do this.
There's
Oh
two
yeah, it's just dumbass shit. Pride wouldn't do it.
You
Ego.
could say you couldn't possibly have done this, or you try to stroke their ego and be like, "Hey, this was so impressive. I mean, I can't believe the way you did this."
Mm-hmm. Pride again.
What about being relieved that it's over, that she enacted her revenge, that it's all over now, or her sister's been avenged?